Hello, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's rant, I'm going to talk about accountability. And I may have hinted at it before or talked about it for a little bit, but I never actually made a real episode about accountability. And I wanted to talk about it because it seems to be something that, we lack as a society. And, I probably have definitely talked about it on my channel, and maybe I even made a video about it. I made so many of these, so I don't really know. But even if I kind of did, this is going to be an updated version of it. So this is going to be titled Accountability because, again, I feel like as a society, we lack mass amounts of accountability. And, especially when it pertains to grown adults, it's very hard for me as being a 31-year-old man. It's very difficult for me to talk to other adults because of a lack of accountability. You're talking to them and, I'll give you an example. I was just talking to this woman. She's a grown-ass woman. She's an adult. I was talking to her and, she was not being very communicative, not using communication skills very well. And then what happened was she left my message on read, and I was like, look, I don't appreciate being left on read. And she told me that, I need to have patience or whatever. And I said, look, I understand that, but there's a difference between, having patience and just not having good communication skills and not telling me that you're going to be busy or whatever. Because if you did, I would have known and I would have been patient. And then she didn't want to take accountability for that. She wanted to try to tell me that I'm wrong, that I'm being unreasonable, when she didn't have any type of communication skills and tell me that she was going to be busy to let me know so I could be patient and wait. She just left me in the dark and took no responsibility for her lack of communication. And this happens all the time. I'm talking to grown adults about situations or what's going on in the world or whatever it is. And we get into an argument because they want to be so immature and just not take accountability when they do something wrong, I'll be talking to a woman and she'll say something about me. And then, in a certain situation, let's say I prove her wrong by showing her a picture or a video, or I explain with facts why she's wrong or he's wrong. And, they won't take accountability. They won't admit they were wrong. They won't do any of that. And it's really hard to talk to people when they don't want to take accountability. It's very difficult as a person to try to have any type of interactions with someone else when they don't take accountability. And, I don't want to think that this is all people, because I know not all adults act this way. There's plenty of adults in the world that do take accountability, that do have accountability, but it's just really difficult for me as an adult who's 31 years old to find that. It exists, but I just can't find it. And, I'm tired of this stuff. I'm tired of it, Recently, I've been calling out people for their toxicity towards me and their manipulation towards me and saying and doing certain things that are very manipulative, and they won't take accountability and admit that they did that and just apologize or whatever. They want to deny it. And, and another big thing in general is, I've talked about leaving me on read and the whole I'm busy excuse. I just made a video about that. But, when I call them out and I tell them that they're just not interested due to their actions and lack of responses, they won't take accountability and just admit that they're not interested in talking to me. They won't just admit it and take accountability and be like, you know what, you're right, I'm not interested. I don't really care, to be honest, and I just want to move on. They don't have enough accountability to just accept that I'm right and that they don't care. And it's so difficult. And it really affects every fucking aspect of life. And, it's so difficult. And I know a lot of people go through this. It's like I'm in fucking high school again. You know, I'm in my early 30s, and, you know, it's like I'm in fucking middle school or high school again still with how some of these fucking adults act. And then I'm the one that tries to have people take accountability and be respectful or be adults, and then I'm the unreasonable one. I'm the one that takes things too seriously, bro. I'm the one that needs to chill out, bro. No, I'm an adult, and you fuckers need to grow up, and that's how it is. But anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Morris October Rant. You know, like everything, like I've said before, arguing about this, you know, and approaching people about this and, you know, making them take accountability, that's usually not going to work. And, you know, me talking about this and complaining about this isn't going to fix a situation, you know. I always like to include that in my videos because it does feel good to talk about, and it feels good, you know, to express myself. But in reality, you're always going to have people like that. You're always going to have people that don't take accountability. And that's just how life is. You're always going to have those people. But like I said, like anything, it's about distancing yourself from those people and not being around those people anymore and finding people who can take accountability, you know. But every single person that I talk to, they can't take accountability. It's like every single person, and it gets annoying. But anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Morris October Rants, like I said, and hopefully you have related to this in some way. Goodbye.